Now it's time for today's perspective here on France 24, and it's estimated in the UK that 1 in 10 girls or women between the ages of 14 to 21 in Britain cannot afford sanitary towels or tampons. Now that's an incredibly high number, especially this bit is for the men watching today. If you know that a box of sanitary towels costs just €5 and women need at least a couple of packets a month. Well, to try to tackle that, a British charity, Hey Girls, aims to provide free sanitary towels, and they do it in an interesting way, in that as they sell products to people, for everyone sold, another box of products is given for free. Well, with me on the programme now, joining us from Edinburgh, in fact, is head of the education programme for Hey Girls, Molly Brown. Thanks very much for being with us on the programme. I mean, first of all, let's come back to that figure. I mean, €10 a month for sanitary towels. To a lot of us, it doesn't sound that much, does it?
Well, I think it depends on who you are. And what we know is that there's lots of people in the UK and indeed across Europe who struggle with poverty. And I think if you're struggling to put food on the table or you're struggling to afford clothes or shoes, then an extra £10 a month on tampons is something that perhaps you can't quite stretch to.
I mean, it does show, doesn't it, just how badly some people are off, are. I mean, the number of food banks, for example, in many places is also just growing and growing.
Yeah, I mean, the UN rapporteur report that came out earlier this year is quite harrowing, I think, in places. But the other thing that I think we forget when we discuss poverty is that it's not stable. If you're living with not very much cash in the bank or not very many savings, then something small like your car breaking down can really throw you off for a couple of months. So I think we just want to make sure that people are never in a situation where they're having to compromise on their health and well-being because of their income.
And I know that you even hear stories, for example, of parents having to borrow money so that they can pay for things like sanitary towels.
Yeah, or there's often kind of interesting family dynamics where the daughter actually is okay going to school because the mum's staying at home and she's gone without products, or she's using a cheaper quality of product that's less well suited to her, or the wrong product. It's not quite as simple as everybody just doesn't have tampons. It's much more likely that someone's using something inappropriate, or they're having a go with loo roll, or putting socks in their pants, or just kind of anything to absorb the blood.
Tell us about Hey Girls then. What's the idea of the charity and how do you go about it?
So Hey Girls is a social enterprise, which means we generate good things by using kind of business, basically. So we manufacture and sell period products. They're all plastic free, and for every single product that we sell, we give one away to somebody that needs it. So our buy one, give one model basically has allowed us to donate over 3.5 million products in the last 18 months. And all of those to women and girls from low-income families who need them.
And presumably everyone who benefits incredibly grateful for the help they're getting.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's not just about the physical products, but about the kind of peace of mind of knowing that it's not something that you need to worry about. And I think providing people with that reassurance, that safety net is really important because poverty is very stressful. And I think worrying about whether you're going to bleed on your trousers and the kind of associated shame of menstruation is a real problem for people.
And I know you also campaign. I mean, there's one campaign, isn't there, for the government to actually provide free sanitary products and tampons to girls at school, perhaps those who, for example, get free school meals.
Well, so in Scotland, the Scottish government has this year spent £9 million on providing free period products in all schools, colleges, universities, and they're now rolling it out in community centres, libraries, places like that. Down south in England and Wales, it's slightly different. They're a bit behind, but we are waiting to see what happens with the schools in England. They're in the process of trying to work out how to distribute products in schools there. But it's looking like that will go ahead in the near future, actually, which is exciting.
And what's the reaction from schools? I mean, generally, are people, keen to get involved in the campaigns?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some really amazing examples up here in Scotland of schools using it as an opportunity to do kind of wider education about periods, which I think is a topic, certainly in Britain, that's been a secret for a very long time. And actually, if you're a school, it likely affects half of your pupils every single month. So it's actually something it's a bit silly that it's something that we don't talk about really, because it actually has a massive impact on the way that pupils learn. So a lot of schools have been using the opportunity of having free products in the toilets to start conversations that they should really have been having anyway, and getting girls involved, allowing them to lead the distribution of products, having a bit of fun along the way, and really breaking down some of the taboo that surrounds periods in general.
Molly Brown, good to talk to you on the programme today. That's Molly Brown joining us live there from Edinburgh, part of Hey Girls.
Thanks very much.
You're watching France 24.